Hi everybody, thank you again for clicking on this video. My name is Josh. You are watching Unfiltered Business, where I talk to professionals about profession. Everyone in the Malaysian automotive world knows DSF for its brutal honesty. But apart from just being a car reviewer and reviewing everything about cars, did you know that DSF also gives out awards? Let me introduce you to VOTY Award, Vehicle of the Year. But that being said, have you ever wondered how does a car awarding ceremony operate behind closed doors? What is the thought process that goes behind it? What are their auditing structure? What is the assessment structure? How do they nominate a car? How do they give that award to a car? Now that's the mystery behind the VOTY Award. But we are going to unpack some of that mystery here in this channel.
There's also an importance where a non-petrol head is reading an article.
True.
And they need to be able to grasp it,
Yes.
understand it quickly, as opposed to, wait, what is this? I got to go check the definition.
Exactly.
So I think that's the good part of what
Yes.
DSF is doing.
Yes.
But you also do VOTY, Vehicle of the Year Award. What's that about?
I'm glad you brought it up. Okay, so when I first started this in the magazine world, I started seeing some of my competitors doing Vehicle of the Year Awards, Car of the Year Awards, World Car of the Year Awards, and all that. And I thought, very complicated, I got too much work, I can't do this. And then one year, I was invited for World Car of the Year Award, which is based in America.
Right, okay.
And they invited me by writing to me and saying, okay, you're the editor of Asian Auto Magazine, blah, blah, blah. We'd like to invite you to be the judge for Malaysia.
Oh, okay.
That means for the whole of Malaysia,
Sure.
we pick one guy and that's you. I thought, wow, someone noticed my work. And then I wrote back to them and said, okay, yes, no problem. Then they gave me a list of cars. Now, out of that list, maybe 40% of the cars I couldn't judge because they were American cars. Dodge, Ram, Chevrolet, Cadillac, and then some specific, like Jeep, and then some very specific Ford models and all that. So I replied to them and said, no problem. Every country has got a certain, accounting in terms of what they can judge or not. And then also, like some of the Japanese cars, like say Honda, you also have a sub-brand of Honda called Acura. Acura is only for US, Malaysia don't have. So it started getting less and less and less. So, but we did. I did the first year. I was very honored actually because, my name came up on a global website and what I do and everything else. I thought, okay, at least I'm being recognized for what I do. And I've told all the guys who used to make, who compete with me in Malaysia, sort of, you didn't get this. You don't know what you're doing. The second year came and I was invited back again. And this time the list got even shorter. So I told them, I said, and now the list is so short. Do you really need me to do this? Because the models, we were getting a lot of ASEAN-specific cars. So what I'm trying to tell you is a lot of manufacturers out of Japan and Korea were giving us cars that's only made for ASEAN.
Oh, okay.
That means low-cost cars, cheap and cheerful cars. That means cars that will never go to developed countries because they're not worthy of the developed country consumers' money.
Right.
But we in ASEAN are, we don't mind. We'll buy it still because it's cheap and cheerful. So they said, never mind, we'll still keep you on for the second year. So, but the judging became so fast because there are only so few models. And then the third year, they said, actually, Daniel, sorry, I think we don't need a Malaysian editor anymore because it just doesn't make sense. I said, I totally understand. I know where you're coming from. So I didn't do it anymore. Then 2 years later, I said to myself, why don't I do one for Malaysia?
Oh.
Okay?
Right. That's how the idea gave birth.
Yes, but I want to follow World Car of the Year format, which means no money, no sponsorship, no selling of tables, no selling of dinner venue, no selling of anything. I have an honest Car of the Year award, but I have to find someone to fund this project.
Okay.
What happened is I sat down and thought to myself, who can I call in? So I started talking to people, and I got someone to sponsor. And that sponsor was muda.my.
Oh, the online platform, the
Yes.
store.
Yeah.
Oh,
so at that
okay.
time, they were going into the automotive space in terms of used car.
That's a long time ago.
Exactly. So I met them, I met the GM, I talked to him and all that. He said, hey, good idea, pop, let's do it. So we did it. Second year, they came and did it also.
Okay.
By the third year, they were not so interested.
Okay.
But the third year, I met a fantastic person, a very down-to-earth person who I happened to meet just by chance through a friend. And I said, your organization is very big. Would you have a little bit of money to give me for this event? So he said, how do you do your event? I said, same as World Car of the Year. I said, I don't charge any car company to participate. I don't charge a car company to come and have the dinner, full dinner. I have an open bar. You can drink whatever you want, whatever I'm serving. And then when you win a trophy, you can use the trophy in all your marketing materials and advertising all for free.
Okay. And it's theirs to keep.
Yeah, theirs to keep. So then the question comes, what is it for me? For me, it's exposure. I'm not making money out of this. It's exposure, and it's my way of telling the car community we are the only honors award system in the whole country.
Okay. You emphasize the word only because
all the rest who have come and continue to have this yearly, they either sell marketing, advertising in advance. They say, hey, you want to win an award? Sign advertising for 1 year. You want to win an award? You buy a dinner table, and the dinner table is 10 times what it costs them to do it. Or if you come to my award, you want to use the logo, you want to use the trophy in your communication material, you must pay me a fee. This happens with not just automotive, housing awards, food, restaurants, tuition centers, kindergartens, PR agencies. PR agencies are always winning awards, but they have to pay for it.
But it questions the credibility of the award.
Exactly.
And the person that won the company that won the award.
Exactly.
We are hitting the brakes shortly to tell you about Giggles. Now, who is Giggle? Of course, Giggles is the one that made this episode possible. But more than that, if you have an automotive event coming up, a product presentation, a product reveal, or if you're planning a workshop about cars, about EV cars, then I will highly recommend Giggles when it comes to feeding your guests who will be coming for this event. Because you got to remember that great discussions will need great food, and that's what Giggles will do for you. So they offer premium catering services according to the budget and according to the menu that you would like. So no matter the scale of your event, Giggles can handle that very, very well. Okay, and now with that, let's continue our very interesting chat with Daniel Sherman Fernandez.
So my award ceremony is very simple. I take your cars, I decide it with my team, and then even my sponsor, I'll mention my sponsor very soon, even my sponsor doesn't know who's winning. And they come together with all the invited guests on that day. It's a pure surprise. You might win, you might not win. It's up to you. Now, those who don't win, they get upset. Some will ask me why we didn't win. I said, it's fair. They say, oh, but we won in this country and that country and this what. I say, yes, but how much did you pay for it? I don't care whether you won it overseas or even if you won it in this country by another competitor, but you paid money, right? The moment I say you paid money, they keep quiet. I say, I didn't ask you for any money. Even the parking in my venue is free. You know?
Right.
So this surprises them. Then they start thinking. First year was difficult. So my sponsor liked my concept.
Brilliant.
My sponsor said, finally, there is someone doing this the way we like it. So my sponsor is Allianz General Insurance.
Brilliant. Okay, good.
Malaysia's biggest insurance company.
Right.
And the man that I met was the MD at the time, Zakri. So Inche Zakri, when he met me, he immediately said, okay, if you're doing it this way, I will sponsor you. I'll sponsor the whole event. Like, but understand, they control maybe 50-60% of the vehicle market.
Okay.
In terms of car insurance. So they're one of the biggest. Okay. Sure. So they also have customers who should win, right?
Definitely.
But every year some of their customers don't win. And their customers will go to them and say, hey, how come you did this? DSF didn't give us an award. So he and his team will tell them, go and talk to DSF. Don't come and talk to us. Right. We're just sponsoring the event. So it's not like some companies will say, okay, I sponsor, but I want to make sure my client wins, You understand what I mean?
But it's good to have a platform that does a 100% objective assessment.
Yes.
Maybe it is not something that many people find it appealing because they might not win.
Exactly. The losers don't like it.
Yeah.
The losers get upset. I mean, I have people every year without fail. Even now, it's 17 years I've been doing this.
Yeah. But we need to send this message down because the buyers of these vehicles will probably rely on a VOTY more.
Yes.
Because it's 100% objective assessment.
Correct.
Who does this assessment apart from yourself?
Just me and my team, those who test drive the cars.
Okay.
That means me and the guys who test drive the cars. There's
And
four of us.
How is this assessment tiered or layered?
Okay, we sit down and we have multiple meetings in different segments. So every segment, say now we test drive, okay, say for example now we test drive car A, okay? We test drive car A, all must test drive. If one of us is not test driving the car, cannot. Whether you test drive for 1 hour, 1 day, half a day, you must test drive the car. So if the company doesn't give us a car, 100% they will not.
Oh, okay.
We inform everyone way ahead of time. Please, hand us the car. If you cannot hand us the car over 4 days, 3 days is fine. 3 days cannot, 2 days. 2 days cannot, 1 day also can. Because why? I'll take my team, we'll go and pick up the car, we'll take turns to drive it.
Okay.
It's time consuming, it's a lot of effort, but we do it because why? We want to get that car on our hands. And then we don't straight away sit down. We sit down, it's a weekly thing. We sit down and say, okay, you drove this car, what do you think? Then they'll give their point of view, I'll give my point of view. Now, sometimes we debate.
Okay.
Sometimes it's straightforward. Yeah, this car has to win. This one higher. This car blew us away. Sometimes we're just arguing. Now, the other problem we have is, which came in the last 7 years before COVID is, there are too many SUVs and crossovers that are not SUVs and crossovers.
Oh.
Okay, for example, a manufacturer will release a car.
Yeah.
Just because it's slightly raised, just because it's got big wheels, they'll turn around and say, oh, this is a SUV. But it's not.
Right. So you got to do certain things to qualify with these labels, right?
So we have to sit down and say, because why? Say now you're my staff. You went to pick up the car last week. And when they handed you the car, they said, hey, brother, this car, SUV, this car, like that, like that. Because they'll try and tweak you, Then I get the car. With me, you can't tweak me. Whatever they say, I'll say, yeah. You tell me. You tell me your nasi goreng, your pisang goreng, your mama mi goreng and all that. End of the day, this one is roti canai. Okay. It's nothing that you said it is. I see roti canai, you say nasi goreng, mi goreng, mama mi goreng, all that. This is not. So I come back home, I review the car, everything done, I send back the car. Following week, there's a meeting. So my staff says, oh, boss, this SUV damn nice. I say, it's not SUV, it's a crossover. No, but it's, they said, they can tell you whatever they want. That's all marketing talk. Okay? There are some cars called SUVs. They got 2-wheel drive. How can you call a 2-wheel drive SUV?
Right.
SUV has to be 4-wheel drive.
Right.
Okay? Like today, when you have electric cars, all electric cars are SUVs.
Yeah, because it looks like one
because
to
it's
start
big,
with.
it's got big wheels and sitting up. But why is it got big wheels? Because why? It's got a big battery. It needs to hold up that weight.
Right.
Why is it sitting up?
Right.
Because you got a battery pack at the bottom. You got to hold it up again.
Yeah. Never thought of it that way.
But it's actually a big sedan.
Correct.
Okay? Then you got fastback. You got aeroback.
Yeah.
Then you got all this design. So we have to start classifying. And we classify according to what we think is right and what we think is acceptable to us. Of course, there'll be debate. Say now in the SUV category, brand A didn't win. But we gave it to brand B. But brand B says, actually, we are crossover, But since you gave us SUV, never mind, we'll take it, because we got a trophy, But brand A will say, hey, how can you, that fella is not, how can you give him, that fella gave you something, I said, well, give me what? Show me something, show me some proof.
Right.
And the beauty about my industry is, because I've been doing this awards for 17 years. Over the years, a lot of car staff in different brands have moved around. That means from brand A went to brand D, brand D went to brand C, brand F went to brand Z went to brand P. Now they move around. They ask, hey, this fella, last time how? No, never. Hey, this fella how? No, never. Hey, that fella is a real pain in the butt. Never tell us who win or so, nothing, So they've now realized that you cannot tweak me. You cannot tweak my staff. You cannot rationalize my staff. Because why? Even my staff don't know who the final winners are.
Oh, so
because when we do the debate, I'm compiling all the figures. They might have a mental note,
probable.
But only on that day, they will know who the winners are. Because why? Even the trophies, I handle the trophies.
Yeah.
Everything I handle. So if there's any hanky-panky, it happens with me.
That's good.
So if you want to bribe me, if you bring me a bag of cash, I won't take it. You have to bring me gold bars. Because cash to move it very difficult. Gold bar easier. You know? I tell him straight, I said, this is not for discussion. They'll call me, I like the calls that come, Dato is asking, because Dato is the boss.